Hi everyone, welcome back. In this chapter, we're covering one of the most important Linux skills, working with text files. In Linux, almost everything is stored in files, and many of those are plain text. Configuration files, logs, scripts, and system settings are often just text you can open and edit. That means if you know how to view, search, and change text files, you gain serious control over the system. We'll go through the commands step by step, what they do, and how to use them in real situations. Unlike Windows, where many settings are hidden in menus or the registry, Linux stores settings in readable files. Examples: web server configs, network configs, user settings, log files, and scripts. So instead of clicking through menus, hackers and admins often edit text directly. The most basic command for displaying a file is cat. So type cat/etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This opens the file and prints the entire contents to the terminal. Cat equals concatenate. It displays file contents. And the command /etc/apache2.conf equals apache config file path. This is good for small files, quick viewing, and combining files later on. The only problem is large files scroll too fast. If you only want the first few lines, type head/etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This shows the first 10 lines by default, useful for checking headers, confirming file type, and previewing config files. To show more lines, type head, use the 20 switch, /etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This shows the first 20 lines. So the 20 switch equals number of lines to show. You can replace 20 with any number. And to see the last lines, type tail /etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This shows the last 10 lines, useful for logs, error messages, and final settings in config files. And to show more tail lines, type tail, use the 20 switch, /etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This shows the last 20 lines. Sometimes files are huge. Adding line numbers helps. So type nl/etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This displays the file with numbered lines, useful for editing files, referencing exact lines, and troubleshooting configs. So we're going to search text with grep. This is one of the most important Linux commands. So type cat/etc/apache2/apache2.conf. Use the pipe command grep mod. This searches the file and only shows lines containing mod. A quick breakdown: cat file equals outputs file text. The pipe command sends output into another command. And grep mod equals search for the word mod. So the result, instead of reading 200 lines, you only see matching lines. Useful for password searches, IP addresses, error messages, config options, and usernames. You can also run grep mod /etc/apache2/apache2.conf. Same result, cleaner command. So editing text with sed. Sed equals stream editor, used for search and replace. So type head/user/share/metasploit framework data word lists Unix passwords.txt. This shows first lines of password file. Now we're going to be replacing letters with numbers. So type sed s/o/0/g, then type user share Metasploit framework data word lists Unix passwords.txt. Then we'll use the greater than symbol and type user share Metasploit framework data word lists Unix passwords2.txt. This replaces every lowercase letter O with 0, then saves it to a new file. So here's a breakdown. The S equals substitute, first O equals search for O, second 0 equals replace with 0, G equals global, replace all matches, and greater than symbol equals output into new file. Why this is useful? Hackers use this for word list mutations, data cleanup, bulk editing files, and replacing IPs and usernames. So this is without global flag. Type sed s/o/0/file.text. This only replaces the first match on each line. You can get better file viewing with more for larger files. So type more/etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This shows one page at a time. For controls, enter equals next line, space equals next page, q equals quit. You can also use less. This is even more powerful, so type less/etc/apache2/apache2.conf. This lets you scroll freely up and down. The controls, arrow keys equals move, and q equals quit. Now we're going to search inside less. So press the / key, then type mod and press enter. It jumps to the first match, and then press N to move to the next match. Why less is better than more? It's because you can scroll backwards, search text, navigate easier, and handle huge files. That's why many Linux users prefer less. To read log files live, type journal/ctl and use the F switch. This follows logs live in real time. You can search failed passwords with journal/ctl, use the pipe command, grep, use the I switch, and failed. This finds failed login attempts, failed passwords, and denied access messages. To view SSH config quickly, type head/etc/ssh/sshd_config. This shows the first lines of the SSH server config file. To find user settings, type grep permit root login /etc/ssh/sshd_config. This checks where the root login is allowed over SSH. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm CyberEd, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.